When I was 2 years old, my uncle threw me off a high-rise, and I landed right in front of a passing luxury car. The driver stared at me lying there, completely still, and you could hear the panic creeping into his voice. "Sir, there's a kid up ahead. He looks like he might be dead." The man he called Sir, Gu Huayan, patriarch of the Gu family. The second he heard the word dead, his face went dark. His second son, Gu Yichen, was lying in a private hospital at that very moment, dying, and not a single doctor could do a thing. The only one who had anything to say was some shady fortune teller tied to the Gu family. He said Gu Yichen's fate had a son written into it, a son blessed with incredible luck. If that son was by his side, Gu Yichen just might have a shot at survival. But that prediction just made the old man even more furious. His son lived like he was completely asexual, didn't want anything to do with anyone. How on earth was he supposed to have a kid? Still fuming, the old man gave the order. "Get that kid to the hospital, don't let him die." The old man was extra sensitive about the word die right now. The driver jumped out immediately. He carefully picked up my blood-soaked little body and brought me into the car. The driver was ex-military and knew a thing or two about first aid. He was careful picking me up, made sure not to cause any more damage. "Sir, I'll place the child next to you for now. Is that all right?" The old man gave a quick nod, then his gaze slowly shifted down to me. "Wait, this kid? Why does he look so much like Yichen when he was little?" Then he noticed the jade pendant hanging around my neck. His hand trembled as he reached out to touch it. No doubt about it, this was the very jade Yichen had worn since he was a child. The old man looked at the jade, then looked at me, pale-faced, barely hanging on. His mind was spinning. "Lao Ma, step on it! Get to the hospital, now!" With the old man barking orders, Lao Ma floored it. On the way there, the old man's big hands trembled as they held my tiny chubby ones. That cold, stone-faced man, for once, he actually looked scared. "Kid, you have to hold on. You can't leave, okay?" They pulled up to the Gu family's private hospital in no time, and the director himself was already waiting at the entrance. The old man carried my tomato juice-covered little body over and handed me off to the director, his hands shaking the whole time. But right at that moment, my tiny hand suddenly grabbed onto the old man. Eyes still shut, I weakly opened my mouth and called out for "Mama" twice. But those were the only 2 words I got out before I started throwing up what looked like tomato juice. "Save him! I don't care what it costs! You save that boy!" "Sir, we'll do everything we can." The director rushed me away. The old man sat on the bench outside the ER, staring down at his hands, covered in that tomato juice-like mess. A few strands of my hair were stuck to his hands too. He stared at them for a few seconds, then said, "Run a paternity test, this kid and Yichen." Since Gu Yichen was already in the same hospital, getting a DNA sample wasn't hard at all. While the DNA test was being set up, the old man called up a cop he had connections with. He wanted to find out who I was. The Gu family was at the absolute top. Gu Huayan had never fallen out of the global top 3 wealthiest. The taxes the Gu family paid each year, #1 in Hong Kong, every single year. A call from him. The cops in Hong Kong weren't about to ignore that. So when they showed up, they didn't just track down my info, they also tracked down my mom Fang Yuxian's address. But when they got inside, she was nowhere to be found. My mom had been sick and unconscious, and my gambling addict uncle Fang Jinye had taken her. The old man didn't move an inch from that hospital. Some time passed, and the paternity results came back first. According to the results, this child was, without a doubt, the second young master's biological son. Even though the old man had suspected it all along, hearing it confirmed still hit different. He murmured, "So it's true. He really is Yichen's son." I knew it. The more I looked at him, the more familiar he felt. The old man held it together and pressed up against the OR door, waiting for me to come out, while calling his youngest son, Gu Qinghe. The old man had 4 kids total. His eldest went missing at sea years ago. The second was Gu Yichen. His third, a daughter named Gu Xingnian, was into wildlife. She was literally out in a tropical rainforest tracking anacondas and filming a documentary. His youngest, Gu Qinghe, had never gotten along with his second brother since they were kids. Lately, he wasn't doing anything useful, just chasing some C-list celebrity and keeping the tabloids busy. "Dad, come on, that's a terrible lie. My brother is basically asexual. Where would a kid even come from?" "Ha! Stop playing me. I know what this is. Oh, you're trying to get me back home. Either you're setting me up on a blind date or you've got some other job lined up." "There's no way I'm coming back, I'm telling you. I gotta go. Ruyan's scene is wrapping up and I'm bringing her flowers." Liu Ruyan was the celebrity Gu Qinghe had been chasing. With his backing, small time didn't really fit anymore. She'd been blowing up fast. Gu Qinghe hung up on his own and started heading toward Liu Ruyan. But he barely took 2 steps before his phone went off again. This time the old man didn't call. He just sent a few pictures. The photos were taken in the car. There I was, tiny, completely covered in what looked like tomato juice. My chubby little face smeared with it, eyes shut tight. I looked dead. Gu Qinghe looked at the photo, then the paternity test, then the hospital address. The smile completely fell off his face. Without a word, he dropped the bouquet he'd had flown in from overseas and turned around, walking straight off set. "Ruyan, what's going on with young Master Gu? Did something make him mad?" "Why do I care if he's mad? Just ignore him." The assistant didn't know what to say. He never fully understood it. Gu Qinghe had money, looks, everything. So why did Liu Ruyan keep shutting him down? She didn't want him as a person, but every career move he made for her, she took it all. Rejecting him with words, accepting his help with actions. Honestly, kind of messed up. The assistant figured if Gu Qinghe ever truly gave up on her, Liu Ruyan might actually end up regretting it. But he kept all of that to himself. He just nodded along and dropped it. Meanwhile, the guy who just told his own dad there was no way he was coming back was now racing to the hospital at full speed. By the time he got there, I was just being wheeled out of the OR. I'm sorry, this is Grandpa's fault. I should have found you sooner. Mr. Gu, he's not out of danger yet. He'll need to stay in the ICU for at least 2 more days. They wheeled me from the OR straight to the ICU. Gu Qinghe came running, but all he caught was the sight of me disappearing through those doors. What is going on? What happened here?